everyone, it's Leanne from Stamp Chatter, and I have a fun card to show you today. I just saw this card. Actually, Rhonda Wade was showing a card done like this with a different stamp set and actually using a punch instead of a framelit to make this whole. And I'm going to show you how I did it because I didn't have the punch. Some are making this card using this classic label punch. I just don't have this right now. I don't know why. I have practically everything else. So if you do that classic label, this is actually even easier. Mind you, you just get the slit going up this way. And I actually really wanted to do this with the dragon butterflies. And I wanted it to be on an angle. So I kind of put my thinking cap on and I thought, what do I have that I can make this slit with? Because even a punch wouldn't get in the corner deep enough. And so I had the banners, bunch of banners framelets, and first I tried this one, but the cutting edges, I didn't like it. It was actually ended up being too wide, even though, and it was like 1/8 of an inch too short for what I wanted, because I wanted the whole butterfly to fit in, and it didn't quite make it for me. So, and too wide. I didn't like it either. So I used this little one, which obviously isn't big enough, and I just slit it up twice to make a bigger slit, and ended up with this. Really simple, relatively, and very cute. So let me show you quickly how I did it, and then hopefully you can make your own. Okay, so first of all, I cut out using the Dragonfly stamp set in thinlits that match, and I cut this out using a the shimmery white cardstock because I really like using my blender pens on it. If you use the Whisper White, it doesn't seem thin enough or thick enough for me, and then it starts to peel the paper. So I'm using Pool Party Blendabilities, and I'll just show you really quickly how I did this. So I just went over the top of the wing with the lightest Pool Party color, just like this. And I recommend, if you're going to get blender pens, and if you fall in love with them like I have and you use a lot of them, get 2 lights and 1 dark, because you will use your lights twice as much as you will your darks, because the lights are used quite a bit for blending. So here's my dark Pool Party, and I do like to kind of color in circles. Just get it really dark on the bottom. And hopefully before that dries too quick, we'll go back with the Pool Party and just darken up a little and blend that in. So that's all I did. I did that with both sides of the butterfly, and then I took the Wing Castella, the clear, give that a good shake, and applied, ooh, this one's juicy. Applied some, oh, you should be able to see that. If not, I'll hold it up to the light for you. Lots and lots of glitter, almost too much glitter. Is that possible? Too much glitter? Okay. So there we got, ooh, lots of glitter. So at the end of the day, you do both sides and you put some Tombow glue, which I love, on the center of the dragonfly, and just glue the centers together, leave the wings open. Okay, so here's my finished piece. So I've glued the 2 pieces together so they're open. Can you see that shimmer? All right. And then I just used my finger and I gave it a little, just like that, and put it aside for a few minutes. And let me show you what I did with to get the holes in my paper. So I just did a basic 8.5 by 11 by 4 1/4. Okay, and then fold it in 2. That's my card base. And then I did another piece of white cardstock onto black cardstock. That's 5 1/4 by 4, and then just trimmed it out to make it smaller. Stamped in Pool Party, the little dots that come with the Dragonfly Dreams stamp set along the bottom. And really quickly gonna stamp, let's use my, stamp another image there using my black. So I'm just gonna put a little Sing to a Wonderful Friend. just like that. All right, give that a little drying time here. My lights keep falling, so if it gets shadier and shadier, that's why. I don't want to stay up. Okay, anyway. So what I did was, I actually did one and I kind of, no, that's not the one. I did one and I kind of goofed. Oh, it's right here. Huh. And so I put an X in it and I decided to use this as my template because I made 10 of these for a swap this month. So I just laid it over top till it was centered to the template I had made. And boop, 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 and then turned it over and took my pencil and just traced. Now, obviously you have to cut this twice because the framelit is not big enough to cut that hole. So I just went to my Big Shot and laid it on the Big Shot like this, ran it through, and then this becomes a bit of a channel, like these little, whatever they're called, fit in there. Then I just slid it up and ran it through the Big Shot again. So then I came out with this perfect line every time. So it becomes like a bit of a channel. So if you put it in there, run it through your Big Shot, and then just slide it down, and it'll actually stay a little bit inside that channel. So it was really easy to do and worked quite well. Now when it comes to putting it on the front of your cardstock, take your front, measure this up. You could glue this down and run it through again, but what I found, because my plates are getting old and the plates would give an impression on the front of my card and I didn't like that, so I decided to do it this way. So just measure out again your, okay, and do the exact same thing that you did through the black and white layer, only you want to be very precise this time because you really want it to match up. So because you could see those pencil lines when you drew them, you should see them again, just like that. I hope you can see that. And then cut it out again. So then you end up with this. See, even when I ran through my Big Shot, I got some dirty marks on here, and I'm not sure from what, but it doesn't matter because it's gonna get covered up anyway. So go ahead and put some tape. Okay, and line up those holes. Okay, I'm usually doing this. Oh, I said I was going to stamp something on there and I didn't. Oh yeah, liar. Okay, so I'm just going to line that up again. Okay, so now it's through and through. And I'm going to, this is always scary stamping on there. Oh, I stamped on the wrong one, right? Did I? Or didn't I? I don't know what I did. Okay. Let's just stamp it again. I'm trying to do this on the fly, so, and, well, that's pool party. We don't want that. So let's try again. Oh yeah, I got it. Black. To a wonderful friend. Here we go. Up. All right. So now that you've, I've showed you how to do the butterfly, and you put Winglock on there, make it dry, and come back. Put some more, put that away, Winglock. See how this bled through? You really kind of want that with your alcohol markers when you're coloring. You want to get a really good saturation, and can't really do that with the Whisper White. It's not actually recommended either. So I like to use either the extra thick Whisper White or the shimmery white. Okay, so now we have this perfect cutout hole, and I'm just going to center. And this glue dries fast and super, super strong. So I'll let that dry for a second while I get my rhinestones. Where are they? Oh, look. Got them. All right, my rhinestones. And get this out of the way. Pick up a medium-sized. Well, that's drying. I'm just going to put that. Oops, pling, small one, another small one. Okay, just like that. Actually, really pretty easy card, and just a really nice, stunning result, I think. So open this up, and we'll stamp the saying on the inside. Thanks for the smile and everything else. That's what we're going to stamp in there. There we go. Stamp that down here. There we go. Blow on that, make it a little dry. That's it. That's all you have to do. Isn't that cute? I think that's so cute. Really pretty simple, but it's got a really nice result to it. So I hope you try one for yourself. Like I said, you can always do this instead of on an angle. If you have that label punch, the classic label punch from Stampin' Up, you can just put it in, put your punch in this way and do two kind of rows here, and then it's even more simple. You don't have to fuss with a framelit. But like I said, didn't have it, and I wanted it to be on an angle like this, and I think it turned out pretty good. So I hope you get to try one soon, and I hope you enjoyed seeing this card. Bye.